Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Saturday night. Let's do a mic check here, real quick. I was playing with my audio and make sure I got some good volume here. Mic check, mic check. Yo, okay, I'm gonna assume we're good. Not hearing anybody complain in the chats. What's going on? Happy Saturday Night Live from High School Creations. Hope everybody has had a great week and weekend so far. Just looking over the chat, make sure you guys don't have a problem. My lights are low. Peep the shirt. That was a pickup from Disney a couple weeks ago. It's pretty dope. They had a Spider-Man one too. Kev, if you're out there, look for these. I couldn't find a Spider-Man in my size. You know, extra small is hard to come by an adult size. But really, what's going on, guys? Happy to be here. Just want to do a quick live. Won't be on long tonight, but you know, earlier this week, last week, Mario and I teased a new podcast that we're going to be kicking off called The Build, and you know, it was a very light tease. So wanted to give some details about when it's going to start and kind of what to expect. Mario won't be here tonight, but I think I can handle most of the details. And whatever I get wrong, we'll correct later on. And by wrong, I mean just incorrect, as the typical on-brand thing for Mike, High School Creations, to do. So before we get started, do you want to give some shout-outs to those that have stopped by tonight to say what's up and do some chatting it up with me in the chats. So let's do one thing. Let me put on my reading glasses. I'm getting old, guys. I'm almost 40, so I need glasses to be able to see. So let's go into Teacher Mike here and just read through the chat. Yo, what's up, Kev? Kevin, the first one here, loves the thumbnail. I think he's referring to the I Will Crush Them thumbnail. It was a quick post tonight, so I just took a previously made thumbnail and used it. I feel like it was appropriate. Matthew Toy, what's going on? Bearded Builds in the house. What's up, Bearded? Bearded will be a moderator, guys. I learned very quickly, and you know, Mario and I saw this firsthand in Toronto. We were up there. Bearded is the man at stopping pretty much anything. He stopped not only a guy on a bike, but also a semi from hitting us. So he is going to be the bouncer for the build, and also all of the High School Creations channel. He will be a moderator, so watch out, guys. Bearded will be bouncing. Machu Toy in the house. Marcus Shee, what's going on? Figure Fan Fanatic, what's up? Welcome. Happy Saturday. Star Marvel, Eli, what's going on, man? Billy Moon, what's up, Billy? The Chamba, what's up? The Chamba. I appreciate you sharing my post today. That actually got a lot of love. I was kind of surprised. My wife's like, "What's wrong with your phone? Is it broke?" I was like, "No, it's Instagram won't stop dinging." So thank you all for showing the love for that post. Yo, there he is, co-host for the Build, 796 Studios. What's up, dude? Hope your weekend is going well. Yoko in the house. Hey, Yoko. Marcus G, I think I already said what's up to you. Duffman, Dioramas, what's going on? Hello, good evening. The Geek Effect, what's going on? The Geek Effect. Looking forward to the rewind. That looks like it's going to be pretty dope. Excited for that in December, I think, late December. Check it out. If you're not following the Geek Effect, go give him a follow on both Instagram and YouTube. He's also got that rooster. Right. He's got the rooster, the cornflakes guy. So let's get into it. Thanks everybody for coming out. 14 people watching. That's enough to get me started. So I'm just going to run through a list of things tonight, guys. I got some topics. Some I think pretty exciting. Some will be very vague. It's just the way I am. I like to be cryptic about things. And when I do share the reality of what it will be, you guys will hopefully really enjoy it. So first thing up is I just got back from Disney a few weeks ago, and I picked up a whole bunch of stuff. I opened a lot of it up on the Enablers unboxing episode a couple weeks ago, but they want to show off this dope hat. This is actually a Vans hat. I was walking through Magic Kingdom. There's this big candy shop as soon as you walk in on Main Street, I think, looking at the big castle. And right as you pass through, you go into this magical apparel shop. And I had no idea who the manufacturer or the brand was at first. But I was like, this shit is dope. This is awesome. She said, this is Vans. This is all Vans. So this is a Vans product. Won't pop. And I thought that was so cool because it's so classic and kind of throwback. And well, I don't know the right word for it, but throwback I might use vintage maybe. But I loved that that particular store, so I bought a bunch of things in there. And then I picked up this. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I picked up this at Disney Springs, kind of a throwback, not throwback, but a X-Men, 90s X-Men shirt. They also had a Spider-Man one like this. I really like the black and white with Wolverine showing, and it's the brown suit Wolverine. Last year, my wife got me a hoodie similar to this. It was just like X-Men colored across the front, and then kind of black and white like this, comic book style. So really dig this. So Disney was really cool. Spent 4 days there. Went to Animal Kingdom, went to Magic Kingdom, went to Hollywood Studios. Did not make it into Epcot for the new Guardians ride. I was kind of kicking myself about that because I totally forgot about it. I typically don't go to Epcot with the kids because all I do at Epcot is drink around the world. But now they have stuff that's entertaining. I totally forgot about it. So may have to do a short trip before the end of the year, or maybe first of the year, to get a hold of that ride because it looks like a fun ride. But yeah, we kicked it in Florida for about a week at a house, at a pool, had a good time, and I'm glad to be back. It's the annual. It's me and my wife's anniversary. This year was 12 years, and we try to do a trip with the family around then every year. So this year it was Disney, and we had a lot of fun. Actually, I actually checked out a comic book store. It was really cool. I recommend it to Kevin since he's going down there. A comic book / collector. I mean, like true collector, not just like this is like old school toys, puppets, whole bunch of cool stuff. Vault 54, I think, was the name of it. And in the very back, there's actually a bar that I just didn't know. I was walking to the back, and then there was like all these people drinking in this little room and stuff. It was cool. If I hadn't been there with my kids, I probably would have went back there. But we turned around and just kept browsing the store. But check it out. It's pretty cool if you get down there. Vault 54, I believe is the name. But back in the grind. Trying to get some workout. One of the announcements I want to make is if I owe you an order, whether that be 3D printed stuff or custom doors for your dioramas, or if I owe you a diorama, those will be shipping, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. I do apologize for any delays there. That's how stuff goes when you get busy, right? You get delays, but everything should be out. The only thing that won't be shipping, and this is the next thing I'm going to talk about tonight, is the Epic City diorama. I am so close to being done. I finally got the last couple of windows in today. I'm going to finish up the interior trim, and then you guys saw that post I made today, just doing the final wall details, like some cabling, some pipes, and some stuff like that. I just noticed my Wi-Fi blip, so hopefully everything's coming in clear in your guys' end. Let me know. But so just finishing up those small details, and then gonna do a photo finish with some video to just show it off. One for everybody that's been tracking the progress over the past almost 2 years. And two for the clients so they can see it before I ship it, and they say, oh no, I don't like it. Now I know they like it because they follow me on social media, and they've already been hitting me up, and they're drilling for this thing. But just do a final show off for them before I actually pack it all up and ship it out. And so packing it up, I've talked about this several times. Packing up is going to be whole nother process, right? Everything stops in the shop when you start packing because it takes up so much space. So trying to get all the work out so there's no more delays. Focus on getting that done and shipping it out. I'm hoping by the end of November, early December. I don't want to be shipping stuff in the holiday season. It's going to kind of be in the holiday season, but not late December, right? So I'll show you guys that process. I don't know if it's interesting or not, But at the very end, it's going to be a big old pallet full of boxes that I'll pack on the Raptor, take to a terminal, and put on an 18-wheeler and head to Canada. So I think that part would be interesting. If you guys have any questions about boxing anything up this large, do ask. I don't find it very fun or entertaining, but if you have questions, I'll show you what I do. Sure, everybody's got a different method, but this is going to be a big one because this particular one, as much as I wanted to make it modular and break down, it just a lot of it didn't make sense for how it looks. So it's going to be a lot of big boxes. Luckily, a lot of stuff can like fit together and slide together so that it can be packed together. So yeah, that's going to be a daunting task, but I've done it before. I did it with the X Mansion, made it safe. So I have an idea. I have a frame of reference of how I'm going to do it. So that should be fun. So yeah, Epic Diorama orders. Big announcement. So some people in the audience may know, but hey, Duffman, appreciate it. Sorry, I'm just over here rambling. I've had a Diet Dew and a half, and I thought Red Bull was powerful. Here I am on a tangent. I thought Red Bull was powerful, but for some reason, Diet Dew, just the chemical reaction with my body, just keep talking, man. Anyway, so where was I? Duffman, thank you. Announcements. Okay, some people in the audience in the chat know what I'm talking about. It's very limited. I'm keeping this one very close, but have some announcements coming up. And I was advised to lightly start teasing some of this stuff. So I don't have anything to show you. I don't have anything more to tell you about on that subject, except that there's something coming for High School Creations that I think will be very well received. It'd be interesting, I hope, and exciting for me. I can say this, I have made steps to, and I've talked about this quite a bit, to take High School Creations out of just a hobby and actually do it for real. And so the first step for that was creating an LLC. And I struggled with this for a very long time because I've reveal a little under the cover here. I've opened up a few LLCs in the past, right? In the past 10 years. And I've admittedly, I failed at those. And what I've always done really good though is I've always just stayed the course, right? If I know I can't make it, I understand and I move on. I learn from that lesson, right? And so I've walked this one slowly to make sure that the traps that have got me before and the things that have tripped me up before don't get me this time. So don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but I am. This is the fourth time. I want to make sure I do it very right this time. And you're gonna fail, right? And you're gonna fail. That's it. Keep trying is I think what I'm trying to make my point is keep doing it. But I've created High School Creations LLC. Right? I took the name. You guys know the name. I couldn't think of a better name. Honestly, I suck at names. So that's why it's High School Creations. But it's High School Creations LLC. I've taken it to a business side, right? So made the first step to try to make that pivot from a hobby. And I've talked about this for a long time. I finally decided that's what I want to do. Now, is it a full-time thing, part-time thing? I don't know. We'll see. Right now, I'm just building it up. But I wanted to share that and be a little more open. And that leads me to my next segue to Patreon members. And a big thank you to those guys. One here tonight is Bearded Builds. Thank you, Bearded Builds. Toying around. My buddy Brandon. And there's a couple others. I do apologize. I don't have the roster right in front of me. But you guys are going to be on the forefront of the two subjects back, the big announcement for High School Creations. I am going to start peeling back a little bit and introducing some of this stuff to you. You guys, the first people to see what I'm alluding to there. And all I'm going to ask is, when I'm ready and you guys are, fully aware of what's going on, help me share it out, right? Help me make the news and help me share this stuff out. So that's all I got to say on those subjects. I'm done with that. Let's talk about dioramas and talk about why I wanted to kick this live off tonight. And that is to further tease and talk about the new podcast with my buddy 796 Studios, The Build. So, yeah, teased it. Was it this week or last week? Mario, I can't remember. It must have been early this week. Um, teased it out with not a whole lot of detail. I just wanted everybody to know. I was like, hey Mario, I want to get this thing out so people know this is coming, right? Because honestly, we've talked about this. Mario, it's a shame you're not here, but we've been talking about this probably for 2 3 months, and in the background, we've been working on overlays and topics, and the potential of guests, and whether we want to do this thing live or whether we want to do this, as a pre-record. And Mario, if I'm stealing some thunder from next week, sorry, but we'll we'll squash it on the first episode. But you know, I think the biggest thing was is me and Mario talk a lot about dioramas, and the biggest thing we realize is people might find this interesting. There may be subjects here that we talk a lot about that you guys may find entertaining, and it doesn't involve breaking stuff. Mario's not here to defend himself in person, but it's about well, you guys will find out. I'm not going to tell you anything else. I will tell you it's going to air next Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern on this channel. Podcast is going to be The Build, and it's going to be hosted by me and Mario 796 Studios, and it's going to be focused on dioramas and all the good things that come around that. So I know he's here. He's just not here in person. So that's all I'm going to say there. It was really another big tease. I'll give you a date. That's October 29th, 9 p.m. Eastern. It'll air, first episode to air, and you guys will find out what the build's all about. Diodes, exactly. Always taking the thunder away. Oh man, hold on. I might have something for this. I'm working on something. Nope. Nope. No. All right, never mind. Yo, what's up, Dial Forge? Yo, something that you do that I'm actually quite interested in is the reliefs that you've been doing with the CNC. You've been doing them since you started posting, but I really want to try those. My CNC, again, I was talking to Mario about this earlier this week. My CNC is dusted. It is a shelf. I haven't used it since I got the laser back in early 2021, and so I hate to have a tool that's just sitting here when I could be doing cool stuff. I saw some of your reliefs you were doing, and they look so good, and I might have to pick your brain if you're willing to talk about that stuff. I would love to see how you're doing it and learn from you there. I think that's really cool stuff that you got going on. Yeah, dial for it. We'll definitely tune in for that. Should be a good one. Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be fun. It's always a good time talking to Mario. Mario's a very funny, entertaining guy. So at least 50% of the show is going to be good. The other 50%, I can't guarantee anything good, but I can guarantee I will show up. But yeah. So I also I forgot about this. Sorry, guys. I talked about this, I think, in the last two lives, that what I was going to start doing on Patreon involved some every month a new 3D file, diorama related, right? Some kind of prop or functional thing for a diorama. And so last month, October, I did the gas meters, and I did a post for those. I think I talked about those, but I want to go ahead and tease next month's November's. And what I did a poll for the Patreon members to basically pick what they wanted to see. And of everybody that polled, I think Bearded was, I think he voted 3 or 4 times for this. But I have a fire hydrant here that will be the new addition for those that are subscribed to the digital tier for those members. So I want to go ahead and tease that here real quick. Let me show you guys. So what I have tried to do with all these files is make sure that they're supported well. These are all going to be resin print files. Sorry for you guys that FDM printers, but make sure these are supported real well, and that I've run some test prints on these. And these I test printed last week. They came out beautiful. We'll have some pictures later, probably early next week for those, just to tease it, since we're coming up on November pretty quickly. But this is wild. This will be the new addition to the digital tier. And if you guys are interested, if you look in the chat, I pinned the Patreon there. Check it out. Let me know what you think. If you're interested, join up if you can. Every month I'm gonna be doing a new file that's diorama related. The poll for next month, which would be December, will kick off the first week of November. Those members will be able to vote on the next prop. I can go ahead and tell you what I have in the lineup, and that is several versions of trash can, from a beat up trash can to a city trash can. There will be an exhaust vent, and there will also be, well, this one, I'm not going to talk about this one. I might save this one for a special announcement, but there will also be a wall mounted AC. I already have one, a version. So that's the fire hydrant. I'll show you what I have here. I've been 3D printing like a madman, so, and it's unorganized. Hold on. How's that sound? Does anybody like the sound of PLA rattling together? I can't find the piece that I want. Finally. Jeez. All right, after that mess, I'm back. What's up, guys? Sorry about that. Really what I was looking for was this little guy. You guys can't see it. No. So the resin printed, like the fire hydrant I just showed you, is not Tinkercad. Tinkercad is good for geometry, like really rudimentary type things like this, right? This I designed. If I can get it focused here. This I designed in Tinkercad. And this little wall-mounted AC. You've probably seen these on some of my other builds. But what I'm having or doing is making a, you guys can see this. Sorry. It's actually a much more detailed version that is being worked on. So I'll have that available as an option in December. So if you guys are interested, go vote. Yes, I do use Tinkercad. All these files here, like this window AC, as well as this wall mounted, like a split unit type AC. Those were made in Tinkercad. Go check out. Oh man, I'm bad with names. Hold on a second. Geek Mechanic on Wednesdays has been doing a live stream where he's actually getting on with folks and actually showing his method for using Tinkercad and actually walking through people building stuff with people to build stuff. And go check it out if you're interested in using Tinkercad. He's a super smart guy, really articulate. He's really helping people grow in that area using Tinkercad. Go check it out. It's Wednesdays. It's Geek Mechanic. If you're not following him on Instagram, go check him out. What I'll do is I'll pull up his IG real quick and show you guys. never turned on any music. Let's get some music rolling. Or at least some background noise. Cool. Screen share. All right, so this is Geek Mechanics page over on Instagram. Like I said, if you're not following, go follow him. He's a great sculptor. Like I said, he's been doing Wednesday lives, showing people how to use Tinkercad. And like I said, he's very articulate. He's very good at walking people through. I've actually joined a couple, and just it's really interesting to see how other people use a tool, because you can pick up, shortcuts or something that maybe you don't even do. So even if you're used to Tinkercad, go check him out on Wednesdays. Like I said, it's YouTube Live, and he's doing tutorials of Tinkercad. Really cool. Alrighty. Yeah, and if you want, I saw some. Oh, Marcus G, if you want some of those AC units, hit me up. I printed a whole bunch, so I have actually a few extra for this Epic City build. I didn't know how many I was going to do, but every window kind of looks ridiculous. So I actually have a spare. So if you want some, I can get some. Yeah. Take a long sip of a Mountain Dew here. Kevin, what's going on? Hope all is good. Thank you for coming. Yo, Billy Moon, my man. Thank you, sir. Yeah, sorry. I don't know if you guys heard that, but my brain really just farted. Like, it was like one of those silent, long, like, I don't know if you heard it. I think it's done. Okay, let's move on to it. So, something I got yesterday, I really want to show off. So I may take a break to go get it, but I do want to get into some toys. I've set my toy buying on autopilot. Pre-ordering is really like autopilot for buying toys, and now they just come in. And I'm like, oh, I don't remember buying that, and I don't go to the store as much either, like to buy toys, and it's really odd because now I have so many things to open. Like I can't wait for, every other Thursday or every other third Thursday or fourth Thursday, whatever it is. The one Thursday a month to open up with Kevin and the enablers. There's just too much to open. So now I have a conundrum where I need to start opening stuff, and it bothers me to open up stuff when it's not an unboxing show or like in front of somebody. I don't know why that is, but I will unbox like I unboxed this today with my kids. This is the wedding vows or whatever it is. Spider-Man, but this Spider-Man is really cool. Actually, I know it's kind of dark. I wish it was more matte, like the legs. All over versus just the legs, right? You see some shiny here, but overall, we all know this buck is really cool. I do feel like the hips don't drop down as much as maybe that first buck, and maybe that's just because those molds are getting old. I don't know, but overall, cool figure. And a bonus is it's got twinkle toes on it. Twinkle toe Spidey. I don't know if I'll ever use that feature on a Spider-Man. Who knows? Maybe I will. But really cool figure. Spinnerette's really cool. She's got, they're so sticky. I'll be honest with you that they feel like single joint, but they're double jointed. So hooray for the female bucks finally getting more love and getting the double joints there. But overall, the paint apps and everything on mine were really good. White and red, typically, you might see some bleeding or something. But overall, really cool figures here. I don't know what I'm not really a reviewer, but I'm sure you guys already have these in hand. But I just got them from BBTS, and I was amazed. The thing is, I probably wouldn't have bought these in the store at the price they were. But when I pre-ordered it, I was like, oh, I had to have those, and I totally forgot. So wouldn't have bought those if they were in the store. Or if I hadn't pre-ordered. The stick with your wife pack. Yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah. I did already open this, but not really. I opened it up for, I don't know if you guys saw, I tried to participate in this year's Oktoberfest. I did 2 posts. I wasn't able to do anything more, but I opened this guy up real quick because he looked really cool, but I didn't really get a chance to enjoy him. I just posed him hugging the back of Piccolo, and that was it. So I wanted to open up this guy tonight. I feel like my lighting's all bad. I tore down my set, and now I just feel like it's really dark. But open up First Form Cell. Usagi Jimbo. This is stuff that I planned to open up 2 Thursdays ago, but forgot I was going to Disney and didn't want to take all this stuff down. Usagi Jimbo looks real cool. Let's open him up. Oh, and I got this today, and I just can't wait. I'm a huge Venom fan, and especially like, man, I'm blanking on names. But anyway, his book with King in Black. This version of Venom and Null is so sick. I just can't wait to open it. I got it today. The thing I am going to save, though, is the Mafex comic Iron Man. I'm going to save that for an unboxing. That's pretty sick. I want to wait and show that off with the Enabler fam. So I'm going to go with this. I really want to open up this. I can't wait. So I'm going to open up this first. I don't know if anybody have this already. Let me know your thoughts. I've seen it posted all over Instagram when it first came out, so I know the wings are pretty big, but it's so awkward not being able to see the figures anymore through like a window. Thought you said wedding bowels. Yeah, I do have maybe wedding bowels. Yeah, it's a stinky situation. And they put a lot of tape on these. So, Kev, I'm trying out. I've had this sitting on my desk for almost 2 years. I remember when I first started doing Diorama Talk, I bought this and then was very sad because there was no like hotkeys in StreamYard. And then I think a few months ago, maybe he said there's hotkeys now. You can set it with Stream Deck. Well, I said deck, Stream Deck, and just now getting into it. Ooh, look at all this fancy paper. The cheese wrapper. Cheese paper. Something in here I think is probably pretty cool. Oh, it looks like a sword. Got some wings. All right. Oh, more wings. Who should we open up first? The screen config. You know what else would be cool? If they found a way to customize pulling up messages, as well as being able to switch like your layouts and your video, under the brand tab. What's all the things under the brand tab? The background, the video clips, and the overlays. It'd be cool to be able to switch those around with some hotkeys. Venom for sure. All right, Beardy called it. All right, so pretty sure this is the buck that the movie Venom came out with a few years ago that was a huge hit. Yep. Oh, man. Oh. So sick. Yeah, hell yeah, dude, this is dope. I don't care. I heard some people hating on the toes. Whatever. I can live with it. I like it. It goes with it. It's not like it's crazy. Oh, man, but this head sculpt is sick. May add some matte and some gloss in there, maybe some drool, but look at that. Kind of dark. Yeah. Yeah, I hate that, these big pinholes. That's a common theme with Venoms here lately. I think that last comic book Venom was on the Omega Red, and it also had holes in its back from the tendrils from Omega Red. Let's put the wings on, man. Let's look at this. Whoa! All right, there's pieces to the wings. Wasn't expecting that. Is there instructions here? Oh, that's actually pretty cool, though. Look at that. Oh, right there. Got some playability there. All right. The paper is so nice. Wow. Okay. Oh man, it's kind of stiff. I'm afraid to break it. Okay, there we go. Probably heat it up before I apply much pressure. But Anthony's Custom has some custom alternate feet made for that Venom. I think pre-orders are sold out, but maybe he might take another batch. Okay, yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that. I've got a few of his head sculpts. Obviously, Anthony's Custom does great work. Oh boy, these are kind of tough to get in. Do they even stay in? I don't know. Anybody, should they make a pop noise to go in? Oh, that is crazy, the amount of pressure I have to put on there. Yo, what's up, Mike? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to rock the wings. I'm kind of not feeling how hard it is to put these things in. Oh, you guys can see my face. It turns red when I try to do that. Watch. Oh, I don't know. Oh, well. Maybe I'll get some blue tack or something. Try the other side. Shouldn't have to force a figure that hard. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I wasn't super excited about the wings anyway. The figure is what I was after. Let's get the other head sculpt. I think we have like a grimacing, teeth showing head sculpt piece, right? Throw a heat gun on it. Yeah, I'm just not near one. Oh, there's extra hands in here too. Oh, we got some fists. Oh yeah, all right. Surprising there. What's that? That's fun. Yeah, it'd be nice to put some wash on the teeth. Okay, let's open up Null. I'm sure Null is a badass. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming through, hanging out. Oh, Null is huge. It's taller than Venom. Look at that. Oh, yeah, this nose looks good. Looks good. Wow. Good detail. I really like what Hasbro's doing with the necks here lately, like the two-piece neck. It's not like made into the buck. It just really gives, I don't know, to me, almost like an import feel. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I just collect toys and love them. I'm not a professional toy reviewer. Ooh, these joints are actually quite nice on the legs. They're not kind of like, his is kind of gummy. No, his is pretty good. All right. Yeah. Really liking this figure though. Jeez, wasn't expecting like it this much. Oh, okay, they got a swivel in. Okay, all right. Yeah, I like that. Wow. Probably do a matte coat around the legs here so it's not so shiny. People said it needed a wash in the face. Is that true? You know, in the light that I'm in right now, it actually looks pretty good, and it's probably because there's casting some shadow on it. Let me show you overhead. And then this kind of be washed out here, actually. I'm not doing it any justice. Here we go. All right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it could use a wash. Yeah, it's just washing out there. It's all right. It's not bad though, to be honest with you. I like the way it looks. Um, I think the teeth, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think the teeth may be like printed on. What's that process called? Like they do the facial print and the retina print, because it has kind of like some lines in it. It doesn't look like it's been painted. But I mean, that's just being nitpicky. It looks great. Yeah, this is sick. Let's get his blade opened up. You just gotta paint null some dark. Here, let me bring this up. Dark eye highlights around his eyes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Omega. I agree with that. Yeah, I can see that. But that's not too hard. You can do a little wash. I think they tried to. I see some there, but it just didn't come through. And now that I look closer, he's definitely got some wrinkles in his neck and his face. Obviously he's an ancient, right? So he's going to have these. So I think a wash would definitely benefit this figure. I'm going to really bring out those sculpted details. Anyway, this is sick. Oh, that's kind of a shame, though. It doesn't fit in his hand well. All right, so blue tack will fit that. But look at this. Let's try to do some sort of pose. Man, that's about as good as I'm gonna do right this second. But that figure, this is dope. I thought I would like the Venom the most out of this 2-pack, and I'm really liking Null. Huh. Let's check out his alternate head. He didn't come with alternate hands? He did not. Okay. This is the other head. That's the I'm not amused face. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. He's such a big figure. That's what's cool. He's almost like, it feels like a 7-inch figure. Cast a sword in harder resin, and I'll get one. Yeah, okay. I agree with that. I think, is this PVC? Does anybody know? It feels like it might be PVC. Not really sure, but it is pretty flimsy. Don't know why they do that. I don't work for Hasbro or anything, but maybe it's for safety. I don't know who these are geared at, but it could be a safety thing for kids or young adults. I don't know. Hard plastic. You fall on this thing and you're done. I mean, this thing is pretty big. This could be a letter opener if it was hard. But it's a cool set. Those will definitely be going on the shelf. I think they were attempting to reuse the buck for Mephisto. Ah, I can see that. I have to go and look at see if he had all the wraps and stuff on his arms, and I mean, I definitely think it could definitely pass. What else do I got? Dude, these wings are so huge. It's so when kids are running around the house with it, hey, that's what they do best. Yosagi? Pause. Oh, I do want to pause because I want to go get something and show this off real quick. So, yo, what's up? I'm back. Apologies about the break, but I ordered these. You guys know that I'm a big fan of Unparalleled's Odious, and I picked up his purple version of the Odious head sculpt. It's kind of dark, but it is dark. My lights are terrible right now. I thought that was cool and just wanted to show that off. Yo, is there no Usagi's? Like, they're all over the shelf here. Yo, Matt Logic in the house. What's going on? Yeah, we can start importing some Usagi Jumbos. Just tell me how many you need. Anyway, reason why I thought about that is I wanted to see what this new purple Odious head looked like on Null. And that actually looks pretty sick. In person, it doesn't. The head doesn't look as small. There's more blue tech than I really need in here. Actually, it's nice because Parallel makes sure you get some blue tech in the head sculpt, which is always appreciated. In hand, I think it looks right. It looks kind of small on camera though, but I thought that was cool. I thought that looked cool. But yeah, I just got this purple Odious head in, and thought I would share that. I have a case right here he's going to go in, and yeah, these are cool shit. All right, let's open up Usagi. Anybody else have Usagi? Anybody in the States, I guess, since Canada's dry? Canada dry Usagi? Yes? No? Maybe so? Here we go. I've not opened up many of the NECA stuff. Oh, you know what I got upstairs? Oh, I'm gonna save that for you, Kev. My slash came in, the comic slash, and what I started to consider is, man, those new comic figs that they're putting out for the Turtles look so sick. I may get out of the animated line, the cartoon line, in lieu of those. Because that slash, if you look at the slash next to the Toon slash, just for me, it's a better look. All right, Usagi's all strapped in here. Let's get him out. I will save you, Usagi. I think it's all the pieces. All right. Oh, there's some soft goods down there too. I don't know what that is. Anybody know what the soft goods in here are? Yo, Toy Migo's in the house. What's going on? Yeah, bearded. I'm glad you. Yeah, right on. That comic slash just destroys the look of the cartoon slash. All right, there he is. His coat. Thank you, Eli. My son is a big fan of Yosagi. I don't know if it's because he's in anymore, what, but he had his own. Was it on Netflix? I don't remember where the show was, but Yosagi had his own show. My son was into that. Which is cool. Let's look at some accessories. So we got some hands. Where do these blades fit on? Fit on, they poured in somewhere? Yep. Nope. Anybody know where these go? You just hold it? Great time at Disney. Thanks for asking. Yeah, talked about that a little while ago. Pick up some dope apparel. And, can you guys see what that is back there? I'll show you here in a second. Picked up some stuff from the Lego store, little tease there. And then just had a great time with the family at Disney. It was fun. Spent about 4 days there. Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. Focus. Yeah. I'm really interested in the soft goods coat. Is that what Eli said? It was a coat. Let's see here. Yeah, they have. I was telling Kev, I don't know if you heard me, but they have a Spider-Man version like this too. I'm pretty sure it looks like almost some McFarlane-esque kind of design Spider-Man. But they didn't have any in my size. If you go back, check it out. Saw them at Disney Springs in the main shop, Disney shop right down from the Lego store. I think they were also at Hollywood Studios. But yeah, they're dope. Okay, yeah, soft goods cape, got a little wire in there. Yeah, you don't find a lot of adult triple X smalls at Disney. Okay, so here's some ties. I would imagine maybe this stuff holds the weapons I was just holding up earlier. Okay, let's try to get this on him. Okay, yeah, fits him pretty good. XXX. No, man, large is hard to find. I couldn't find any large in the Spider-Man one. Oh, this is okay. I feel like it's too big, though. Looks too big. Yeah. You haven't opened Usagi? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the coat. I guess for photos you can make it right, but it just, I don't know, it feels a little big to me. Maybe it's supposed to be. I don't know. All right, let's open up this first form cell. And then what time is it? We're about an hour in. I don't know how long I'll stick around to. Wait, is this not the one I ordered? Okay. I got two. I want to make sure I'm not opening both. And maybe you guys can help me with this, because when I opened it for the photo contest, I couldn't figure out how to swap the heads. I really wanted an open mouth version of Cell. You know, when he was holding. Oh man, this is so dope. I've wanted this figure for a very long time. I picked up the Dragon Star figure of the perfect Cell, and why the colors were right, man, those Dragon Star figures, I'm just always so disappointed by them. They're a great price, but man, they're terrible. but we got some plastic back here. But this figure right here feels great. Yeah, you could definitely use a coat for something else. Man, what's going on with my lights? Sorry. Well, that's what I get for fucking with my lights on the live stream. Oh, it could have been worse than it really was. All right, so let's see if I can. That's a little better. It was good. All right, and then it's got a couple options for the tails. This would have been really cool as a bendy tail. I mean, it does have some points of articulation, but I mean like a true bendy tail, similar, maybe a little better than. I love the DBZ line, but I just can't. Yeah, I'm very selective in mine. I buy them all. No, I'm just kidding. I buy ones that I buy the ones that I can that don't sell out real quick. But for the most part, I'm a big fan. Inside, I have the new Gohan with the battle armor. I'm saving to open that one. Yeah, cool tail. Then you got the effects, so you can be, sucking in. You have, maybe 17 or 18. You sucking them in, or any random person like Piccolo or somebody like that. Or maybe you need to make a phone call. Hello, hello. Or maybe you need to. No, no. All right. So if anybody can walk me through how to take the faceplate off of this guy, like it feels like it's on there pretty good. Oh wait. I just don't want to break him. So any help from you guys? Because I see you have this extra piece here. You got your hand packs, obviously. And then technically you got 4 head sculpts in this pack, which is really cool. The only thing it's missing that I would love, and I did see it displayed at NYCC, is his shedding, his molting, whatever that thing is called, right? His larva form when he comes out of it and there's that shell left. I would love to have that thing. Be cool to make one out of paper mache too, now that I think about it. Be a cool project. Gotta get some time. Directions on the box. There we go. Oh shit, they are. It's on like the fold. Like I didn't even look at that. Thank you. Huh. Okay. Should we break this? Can I just take the head off? Like the head wants to even come off. Should be the square peg, right? Anytime. Oh man, he just fell apart in 3 or 4 different ways. Oh, it's because I pulled it out of his body shell. Look at this. I just like completely broke him down. Not what I wanted to do. It's tight. Oh, finally wiggled it apart. Dang. Man, he looks stupid like that. Oh, he's falling apart all over me now. Sweet. Now I can change his face. I didn't realize his eyes are kind of pink. Is he high? Yeah, he's high. Oh, now I gotta put this thing back together. Oh man. All right. Okay. That was ridiculously tight. Now I gotta this back together. Not bad. I always feel like I'm going to break it. Yeah, it is kind of tough. Oh, I broke a foot off in the action too. Where'd that go? Oh, here it is. Don't let what you've seen here discourage you from this figure, because this figure is awesome. Let me put his tail on. Sports right here in the back. There you have it. And my lights are dark, so you can't really see. But yeah, this figure is cool. He's going to go right next to First Form Frieza. Standing him up on my desk right now so he can always look at me while I'm working. Here we go. Boom. Thanks for helping me figure that out. Excellent. Got to open up some toys. Yeah, definitely when it comes to more complicated figures, especially like SHF, I feel I'm going to break the figures. But I didn't break them. Not this time. Pull up the knife. Look over here at the agenda. Toys open. Check. All right, guys, let's roll into some Q&A. Some questions and some answers. And I'm going to take questions from you guys. So I hope you have some stuff to talk about. It's getting hot out here. Oh, I want to show you guys one more thing. I teased it a minute ago. I got to make some room for this big bastard. Hold on. All right, so this is, my son really wanted this. This is our first, we've been in the Legos a lot, but this is our first UCS. So the UCS Razor Crest, right? The Ultimate Collector Series. This thing is massive. There's two boxes in the set. Each box has roughly 15 to 20 bags. I think in total, maybe it's less than that, but there's like 36 total. The only thing we have left is to build the top of the cockpit there, and then the turbines, two large turbines. And the turbines that sit on top of here, right here, are the next 8 bags. So they are huge. The cockpit is really detailed. Check this out. You know, for a Lego set. And what's cool is that you get to build this pram, so that comes in there. I don't know if you guys remember the episode where he was stealing the passengers' eggs and eating them. That's in here. You even got the, you see over here, he has a little ball that Grogu takes off. Mando actually has a swivel chair that reclines and has a headrest. Let me take some of these top parts off and I'll show you some more details. I'm sure you guys have seen this, but I was just geeking out how cool this was. Tons of details. So inside here, you have his armory. So you got all the little guns and weapons. You got Boba's armor there on the wall. You see that. And then you have the carbonite bounties froze there. You see the well right here. So that's really cool. Anyway, I want to show that off. I've been building this for the past week. Yeah, week. And so it's a big build. but it's fun. I don't know if you guys built the regular series. I think that one's about 12 to 16 inches. This is 28 inches long. It's massive. Really cool, though. So we've been on a big Lego kick, but that's our first UCS. So that's the biggest one we've ever done. It's 60, close to 6,100 pieces. Been trying to film some of it to put together a video of the process. Thought that would be fun. Yeah, 20 inches, huge. Got to figure out where we're going to put it. We've built this year since January. That there is number 23. That's build number 23, and he has most of those in his room. And most of these aren't small. These are the ships, right? So we're running out of space to display. I don't even know where I'm gonna display that. It's so big, like I have no idea where we're gonna put it. Just so, but yeah, I have no idea where we're gonna put it. The landing gear doesn't retract, so I mean it's cool to sit there, but it's not only is it long, but it's wide, especially when you get those turbines on. So we've got to figure out some sort of display for that. And then we picked up, and I'm just now seeing them in stores too, the Mighty Bowser. I don't know if you guys are a Super Mario fan, but my son was just like dying to have that one. So we picked that up, and it's right in time for the release of the new Super Mario movie, which looks really fun. I was trying to stall to see if any questions would come up from you guys, but I haven't seen any come up. I'm assuming you saw the one, the more recent Black Magic craft videos where you made a tree stump. What do you think of the pine cone mushrooms? I have not seen that, but just thinking about it now, like I would imagine, like if it's either chicken in the hen house or whatever the other type of mushroom is that grows on the side of a tree. I'm just thinking about the way a pine cone. I think it would be pretty close looking, right? I have to go check it out. I've not done that level of detail on a tree, and that would be cool. Especially using like natural materials like that. You know, just go out and find a pine cone, right, and use it to make mushrooms. It's just a special way of thinking there, and you know that's what I love about diorama making is like the way people can interpret, you know, what may be used for one thing, be used for something totally different, right? And like a pine cone, right? How many different ways is a pine cone used? And then this guy's home to use it as, you know, a miniature mushroom as detail on a miniature tree. Like it's just craziness, right? But that's cool, really cool. I really geek out over stuff like that. Cool. Any diorama-like questions? I got my my neon butter, Kev. The pink sticky icky. You guys hear that? Let me take this off. How does that sound? Is that weird? Can you even hear it? That wasn't my brain this time. What's the next major build? Yeah, so, you know, once I close out the Epic Diorama, I want to start building a couple smaller dios, but I do have a plan to build something big, as I think it's going to be a collaboration, and it's been teased a few times, and you'll probably hear more talk about it in the coming weeks. But maybe some sort of large, I don't know, like dojo type thing. I've never done like a true mythic kind of building, but I've been very interested in doing some kind of really heavy gothic cathedral, like 360 diorama. Something I really like doing, like doors and windows, and something with like big intricate windows, um, shingles, like all those really cool like wooden details. Like it gets me excited, right? But be able to do that on a scale that I could do within a couple months, not something that would take me a year, right? So I don't know, something, you know, maybe 24 inches tall. And then again, like I want to experiment with other scales. Um, so maybe dabble in. Did I hear Mythic? You might have heard Mythic. Dabble in other scales as well. I want to go down and get into some smaller scales. My mom this year asked me to. I don't know if you guys, see the little Christmas houses that people put out every year, and they build the little villages or whatever those little towns are. She asked that I make one to go into her village set. So that's a skill that I'm not played in. So probably going to build something like that. But also build like some cityscapes, because pretty soon here we're going to be getting some Ultimates Godzillas, hopefully in the next year, and I want to be able to display and shoot those. So I want to build some mini cities, like Tokyo type cities, or San Francisco like cities, New York type cities, and that's really hard to do in larger scale. So maybe doing those at 7-inch scale would be cool. So I think for me that's going to take a lot of upfront some designing and the laser software, but in the end be able to make a lot of them. So spending that upfront time, not really hands-on building, and more designing. And I actually like that aspect, designing and then building, because once you get to the building piece, like you're pretty much just building, right? You're not stopping. You already have a design. You already have the concept. You a lot of times already have all your measurements. So you just get to work, right? It's a fun part. You'd be teasing. Or buy some city from you. Just saying. Yeah. Like I said, I want to start designing some stuff. And this stuff wouldn't be made of foam. This stuff would be made of like MDF or wood or something like that. Some type of harder material, acrylic. And probably still use some foam here or there where I can. But yeah, so I want to design some stuff like that. I have a lot of stuff I want to build. It's just finding the time to do it. So getting this big dio out will just allow me more space to spread out and start building some different things. I think the first one's, as much as I want to do some sort of mythic type thing, it's probably going to be getting my mom her little village set. And that will open up the door to me building in that scale. And then, I think the hardest thing for me about stepping outside of 1/12, 1/10, whatever, in between there is measurements, right? So it's going to take me some time to just make myself some cheat notes, because I take a lot of notes. Like this was the agenda for tonight. I just want to make sure I stayed on topic. So I will actually create cheat sheets on like door sizes and window sizes. That way, when I go designing later on, like I already have dimensions for windows and doors. I just plug them in, right? So then it's just about designing, the buildings. So I'll do that for each scale I build in, and that just takes time. Versus just grabbing a piece of foam and start hacking at it, right? Approaching it a little different. Now, it is very fun to just do some free builds. Definitely. There's nothing wrong with that. But when I build now, because time is so limited, I really like to build in the fashion that I can repeat it and then, or build off of it, right? It's now a platform to me to create something else. So this is still fun, don't get me wrong, but I geek out over the design piece. Yeah, so for the Epic Diorama, I'm going to finish up doing some, what's the right word here? Greeble on the walls, like wires. I have some exhaust fans, some stuff on the roof, just those really small details. And then I have one more sign to create, and there's going to be a parking sign, like a 24-hour parking sign over that garage. Need some 1/18 scale. Yeah, definitely. I would love to build 1/18 scale. I don't want to steal anybody's thunder on doing that, but would love to build 1/18 scale. I don't have a lot of 1/18 scale. I guess the vintage collection is a little bit smaller, and then I have those Warhammer figures now. But it would be cool, and it may be the first step because I can shrink that down. Right. Well, I take that back. I've done 1/18. I um, Eli can attest to this. We did the tiny art experiment, and I made some doors for the piece that Terraformer submitted, and that was 1/18 scale. So I have built to 1/18 scale, but would like to get a bigger piece of 1/18. So I thought this would be fun. What time is it? I got a little bit of time. I'll show you guys kind of like a real quick just what I could do here with. All right, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with this piece of software, but this is Lightburn. A lot of folks will not directly design in Lightburn. I think they'll use some sort of program like Inkscape or what's the Adobe product, Illustrator or something like that. Illustrate and then bring those lines over here. I don't mind working directly in Lightburn, but I do want to learn. I think I have a little more freedom of form, like creating certain shapes by starting out in Inkscape or Adobe Illustrator. But for the sake of just kind of what I was talking about a minute ago, designing buildings, I thought, just briefly in my head, I was like, oh, I can just come in here real quick and then show you guys what I mean about designing. And I'm just going to freehand this design. So you really have to think one-dimensionally, like flat, and then think of how those things would fit together. Oh, those doors? Yeah, I was making them out of PVC. That's the thing, man. I want to build so many different things. I build something and totally forget that I built it, and then move on. And I really should have did more with it. But so you really want to think one-dimensionally and how things would fit together. So in my mind, about these buildings, going back to like cityscape buildings for, maybe a 7-inch Godzilla or something. I was thinking kind of like, building four sides, right? Because you're thinking very flat, one dimension, and then building that up to make 3 dimensions. So then they would, intersect in a way or connect in a way. Well, if you guys find this boring, I won't do this again. But this is very quick, but this is where I would start, right? Start out with 4 sides, and this one's going to be very just box, right? It's going to be basically a rectangle with 4 even sides, just being tall, but then creating these little tabs, so then these fit together. And one of the things that you have to think about is how thick is your material, because that's how deep your tab will have to be, right? So there's a lot of thinking involved, as you can see, that would slow you down until you're ready to print and do a test print or test cut. So just playing with this, not knowing what material I would use, this is just an idea, right? I would have to play with how thick material would be to understand accuracy here, but this is what I would do. And then so you would use your tools over here on the other side to merge those into the shapes or remove from the shape so that they're equal there, and then they fit together, kind of like a puzzle. So you'd have tabs on every corner. And then once you have two, it should be mirror on the other side. So you only have to create two, and then you can just cut or duplicate, right? So, and then you would start thinking about your windows. So a lot of times you just see, like these vertical type windows. And I want to make this a separate color. And then go into this handy tool right here. And you can, I don't know if you guys can see that well. Let's reverse that. You can start adding in these lines and repeatable at certain distances so that it's very programmatic, right? So then you cut those out, right? Maybe not exactly that shape. So then maybe like another layer here. Oops. All right, so then you duplicate this layer. So this next cut, you want to make a green cut, move it over, will be like your acrylic, right? So that would fit behind this piece with the cutout windows so that you have the wood in front, that's the building, and then you see the acrylic through the back, that's like the windows. I'm not very good at tutorials, actually. Now, as I'm thinking through this, like I would not be very good at like showing somebody how to do this. But it's interesting on the surface. But really, if you guys were to sit with me for an hour just talking through this stuff, you'd go, "Oh, this guy, so boring." So yeah, it's thinking about layers, right? Because you're working in one dimension here. So how your layers meet to make a three-dimensional object. And to be honest with you, I'm probably gonna save this, and then probably this will be my baseline. So when I go to make the first building, I can find it. Yeah, so any kind of line work can be translated over. Now, here's the problem with some of that, though, is if you have like thick lines. Here, let me show you. I'll show you again. Let's. This is not what you want to do. You can do this, but I don't recommend doing this in selling. But what you can do is, let me go back, share my screen. You can. Let's say I go to the internet and I just randomly find a vector. Let's do a building vector. Just because we're doing building vector. All right, I'm gonna show you guys. I'll pull down an image. What do you guys see? Oops, hold on one second. Let's look at something. Okay, this is good. So let's just take this. Let's save it as an image. It's not very high resolution, but all right. So that's not what I want. Didn't save as that. All right, this one's pretty high resolution. Let's see. Save it as. You can do what you call a trace. So you can bring, let me open up a new. You can bring the file that I just downloaded. You can open that here. Oops. You can import that image. Now you could do a couple things here, right? You could honestly just do what would be like just dots, right? You could laser this on. I'll show you here. Where it's just going to go through and just do a whole bunch of dots and basically burn you an image of this. that would take forever and probably wouldn't look good. Something else you could do is you could do a trace image. And basically you can play with this trace to get this to capture everything in this image. And I don't know how well this is going to work with this image. A lot of going on. Let's just get the city piece. I think that got most of the outline of the city. Let's just go with that. So then you get rid of your image and you're left with a trace. Now the same thing could happen if you bring in line work from Illustrator. Same thing will happen, but this is the thing you have to be careful. You know, depending on your resolution and the thickness of your lines, you may have to go through and clean it up a little bit. But I could take this, if I ungrouped it, you know, I could create some sort of silhouette of a city, right? Get rid of all this garbage you don't want. And then you have a silhouette of a city, which could be kind of cool for, you know, some photography stuff. Or you could come back in here, you know, once you have the silhouette and add your own windows, or you could find a better picture and trace it, you know, have a cleaner trace. But you can definitely do that. You can burn images straight from PNG. You could trace. You could bring your artwork in from Illustrator or Inkscape. You could probably save it from Inkscape or Illustrator as a DXF, which is a cut file, and then you wouldn't have to do any tracing at all. Hope that makes sense. Let's see. Have anything else for laser that I can talk about at this time? Another tool that I use quite a bit is actually a vinyl cutter, a Cricut, or actually I have a silhouette, not a Cricut, and I do that for lettering for signs. I mean, it's just so precise. You can also make stencils and stuff too. You can make stencils with the laser as well. But you know, clean letters using vinyl and then just matting it and then weathering over the top, that turns out to look pretty good. Before I got into photography and video, I used to work a lot in Illustrator. Oh, cool. Yeah, dude, I like the freehand drawing, but like vector art, you can create in Illustrator is so awesome. Yo, Diorama project in the house. What's going on, dude? Yo, you've been killing it with your work lately. Well, all the time, but you've been putting out a lot of stuff that looks really good. Trees, rock, doors. Yeah, Matthew, again, you know, down to talk, learn more about Illustrator, because I think it, you know, it's cumbersome to build inside Lightroom. If I could just, and I know I can do this, I could just draw it on the iPad in Adobe Illustrator or whatever program, Inkscape, and then just pull it into here, and will give me more freedom to create objects. Right now, man, okay, I'll just show you again. Right now, if I go to create, let's say I want to make a triangle. I don't think, like I have this tool, I can make a hexagon, right? And then I can come take a square and take a square, and then I could do some boolean, whatever you want to call it. I could do something like this. Select part I want first. Hold on. See, this is what I mean. It's tricky. There, and then create a triangle. I could just draw a triangle in Illustrator, right? So yeah, I mean, I learned steps to create what I wanted to in here, but I could. You get it, bearded. But you see what I mean? I've adapted, some of my design to the program that I have at hand, where there's better ways to do it. And then, so that's where I still like really geek out. Like example is like Geek Mechanic. Like I watched him do Tinkercad, like, and I picked up different ways I can be doing something just because I found this is the way to do it. But he had a different way that made more sense, right? So it's always fun to watch other people do things and pick up on their habits. Hey, well, gonna bring back the lives at least once a month for the build, which will kick off next Saturday with me and 796 Studios Mario. So at least that time you'll have back, and then we'll be on the enablers. So come hang out in the enablers. I wanted to read your comment, Matthew. Before I got into vector art, I was into freehand drawing. Dude, I'd like to see some of your artwork. Again, enabling to get a laser. Dude, do it. One of the things I feel like I missed out on, and I guess you want to ease into something, but I wish I would have got a bigger cutting bed. My bed's 14 by 20. I did scale up from the base format or the base size, but 14 by 20 is still plenty big enough. But I want to get bigger because I end up cutting a lot of material down. Where if I had a bigger platform or a bigger bed, I could just do more. So I am actually looking at getting a bigger laser. Not necessarily more power. The one I have is a 75 watt. I'm still here. I don't know what happened. The one I have is 75 watt. So I think I lost my camera. I don't know why. So I don't think I'd go any bigger because most of the stuff that I'm cutting, unless I was doing like metal work, right? I don't think I have the need to do any metal work to go up to like a 150 watt. So I think for the materials I cut, 75 to 105 would be plenty. But now that I think about it, I would love to be able to do 1/2 inch plywood. So I don't know. I could see the case for it. The problem is the more powerful the laser, the less I can do with foam. It's really at that point just cutting foam. It's when I go to etch foam at this point, like I'm down to like 1 or 2% power already. If I had anything more powerful, I would still be cutting all the way through. So just got to be aware of that. But think about long term, like what you're cutting. You're already working with big stuff, right? So your bed is big, unless you're going to stick with the CNC to cut most of that stuff, and then the materials you're using, right? If you're working with thicker material, you're going to want something with more power. Definitely look at a CO2 laser. Don't look at a Dio laser. Dio is not going to cut through, the thick materials. And if you're doing metal, that's a whole nother thing. But dude, people do a lot of awesome stuff with metal cutting, and I would love to get into that just for the sheer, creativity that it would open up with some metal signs and stuff like that, and metal work. But don't have the space for that. Let me see what's going on with my camera. We're back for the time being. We'll see if it stays with us. Okay. But guys, I think that's it for tonight. Oh, looking at some of the comments here. Sorry. It's time for a corner shelf. There you go. I never freehanded tattoos on an action figure before. It's kicking my brain. Yeah, dude, I saw that looks sick what you were doing. Matthews. got me beat there. But yeah, killing it with the customs. But yeah, guys, like I was saying, I think that's it for me tonight. I just want to get on here and give you some channel updates, talk about and tease a little bit more on the new podcast. Again, that's going to be next Saturday, the 29th, 9 p.m. We'll kick off the first episode of the build, me and Mario, 796 Studios. Diorama-centric podcast. It should be a good time, a great time. So come check it out. And then, just going to plug myself, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. Over on Instagram, High School Creations everywhere. I don't know if anybody else has that name. If they do, let me know. I will go find them. I have seen a middle school Creations, and I don't know if they were around before me or after me, or if it's a play on me, or if it's just a whole separate thing. But I thought that was kind of funny. I saw that in some comments. If you are Middle School Creations, hit me up. I would like to collab with Middle School Creations if you create things. I think that would be a cool opportunity to play on names. Yeah, all social media, High School Creations. Over on Patreon, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Redbubble, Shopify, Etsy. They're all High School Creations. Go check those things out. Real quick, I will show you. If you guys don't go to my profile often, or if you've never seen my profile on Instagram, you guys are probably familiar with Linktree. I have a Linktree here that will take you to all those places, so you don't have to remember anything. Just go to my profile on Instagram. You'll find the latest YouTube video that I have out there. You'll find a tip jar. This tip jar, if you feel like I made a post or showed you something that you really like, you're like, you know what, I want to do something special for Mike over High School Creation. This is where you just slide in a few cents to say thank you. You have the shop here. This is a up and coming thing. This is a Shopify store. Shopify. I currently have it linked to Instagram. I just don't have a storefront there, but that is coming. You got the Patreon community here. This is where all the Patreon family is. They're getting all the early behind the scenes, as well as access to all those digitals. Example, anything I create in Lightburn that you guys just saw is available to the digital tier over here on Patreon. Also, we got the Etsy store here. Also some digitals here, not as many digitals. There's the dioramas I have available. And last is Redbubble. Many might not know about this. This is the side where Matthew really caught my attention with some of his freehand drawing. This is where you're going to find High School Creations in a more creative space. This is all my work I've done over the years. Some of this, like this guy, the Dino Monk sticker, I drew that back in high school where I got my name. This was back in high school. This weird thing was back in high school. But this is where all my other art is that doesn't really fit into anything. But this is it. Check out Redbubble. You won't be disappointed. There's some cool things here, from animals to fish to gremlins to off-roading. I used to do off-roading back in the day. I'm actually a certified off-road driver, actually. I went to a off-road camp in Uwharrie, North Carolina that has a robust Land Rover type off-roading track and training. And I completed that in my Xterra that I built there. But yeah, this is just a bunch of weird stuff that I drew over the years. There's a Odious Hulk. There's a Thunder Sword. There's some Boba Fett stuff. But there's a weird spitting turtle. But yeah, go to Linktree. You'll find all the things that I'm doing right there. Anyway, that's me. Guys, happy Saturday. I hope everybody had a great time here. Enjoyed the conversation. Always love talking to you guys. Be back next Saturday. This channel for the build, the new podcast, me and Mario. And that's it, guys. I'm always active on Instagram, so if you guys want to get in touch with me, hit me up on Instagram. But yeah, have a happy Saturday, and we'll see you next Saturday if I don't see you sooner. I don't think I have anything else, so bye.